have held on to you for so long. I thought if I opened my hands, I would lose everything, but holding on was only breaking us both. A heavy cage of sorrow in my chest, where I have kept a weary bird to rest, the white wings folded in the bitter dark, a prisoner inside a frozen park. I walk into the highland fog alone, to finally leave the heavy weight of stone. I feel the rapid heartbeat in my hand, a fragile soul that couldn't understand why I was holding on so desperately to something that was meant to fly the sea. I open up my hands and let you go into the endless misty white below. No more chains, no more heavy doors. The sky is vast and it is entirely yours. I watch you disappear into the gray and feel the heavy burden wash away. You are free, finally free. The empty hands are shaking in the chill, but there is peace upon the silent hill. To love a thing is not to hold it tight, but giving it the open sky for flight. The fog is parting just enough to see the beautiful and perfect mystery. I feel the rapid heartbeat in my hand, a fragile soul that couldn't understand why I was holding on so desperately to something that was meant to fly the sea. I open up my hands and let you go into the endless misty white below. No more chains, no more heavy doors. The sky is vast and it is entirely yours. I watch you disappear into the gray and feel the heavy burden wash away. the sky. I am letting go. Free. The river below is angry. It roars with all the mistakes of yesterday. But the stone bridge is waiting, and I cannot stay here. The ancient stones are slippery and cold, a heavy path for those who have grown old. I stand upon the edge of what I knew and look across the water to the new. The ghost of everything I leave behind are whispering their shadows in my mind. The rushing water crashes on the rock, a heavy pendulum upon the clock. I take a breath of sharp and biting air and step away from all of the despair. I am crossing over to the other side, leaving the ruin and the bitter pride. The bridge is narrow and the fall is deep, but I have promises I have to keep. No turning back to where the shadows lie, just walking forward underneath the sky, crossing. I am crossing. With every step I take upon the stone, I leave behind a burden I have known. The heavy armor falls into the stream and washes out the fragments of the dream. The horizon is a mystery of gray, but it is better than the yesterday. The rushing water crashes on the rock, a heavy pendulum upon the clock. I take a breath of sharp and biting air and step away from all of the despair. I am crossing over to the other side, leaving the ruin and the bitter pride. The bridge is narrow and the fall is deep, but I have promises I have to keep. No turning back to where the shadows lie, just walking forward underneath the sky. You cannot walk into tomorrow if you are still holding on. outside, leaving the ruin and the bitter pride. Let the heavy armor fall into the deep. Let the rushing water wash away the weep. I am stepping on the solid unknown ground, leaving the quiet where the peace is found. Crossing over the water into the new. Crossing. The storm outside is ripping the trees from their roots. But here, in the belly of the mountain, the earth wraps her arms around me. I stand inside the mouth of ancient stone and watch the fury of the world be blown. The lightning strikes the valley far below, where the bitter rivers of the madness flow. I step into the shadow and the cold, and let the heavy darkness take its hold. The walls of granite do not shake or bend, a quiet place where all the battles end. I drop my heavy armor on the floor and lock the heavy, invisible door. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go, tear the earth apart. I have found a shelter for the broken heart, a silent sanctuary in the deep, where all the ghosts of yesterday can sleep. Refuge, my quiet red room. The men out there are fighting for a crown and burning all the beautiful cities down. They scream into the thunder and the rain, but they will only reap the heavy pain. I trace the water running down the cave, a quiet hermit hiding in the grave. Walls of granite do not shake or bend, a quiet place where all the battles end. I drop my heavy armor on the floor and lock the heavy, invisible door. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go, tear the earth apart. I have found a shelter for the broken heart, a silent sanctuary in the deep, where all the ghosts of yesterday can sleep. Sometimes you have to let the world destroy itself. You just have to find a place to hide until it's over. This is my refuge from the raging sky, where the weary traveler can close his eye. Let the hurricane go, tear the earth apart. Let the mountain guard the broken, bleeding heart. I will stay inside the sanctuary deep and surrender to the quiet of the sleep. Refuge. Safe in the storm. Let the storm rage. Refuge. Look at these hands. Every line is a road I walked. Every scar is a battle I survived. The rain has fallen on my open palm, a sudden rush of heavy weeping calm. I trace the little rivers in the skin, where every single ending must begin. A jagged line across the weathered bone, from building up a wall of heavy stone. The flesh remembers what the mind forgets, the quiet victories and the regrets. The ink of life is written in the blood, through every raging fire and bitter flood. These are the scars, the map of my years, watered by rain and salted by tears. A ledger of pain that nobody sees, from bringing the world to its heavy knees. I would not erase a single mark that I bear, for they are the proof that I stood over there. My scars, these heavy scars, This white line here was from the winter chill, when I was dragging firewood up the hill. And this one by the knuckles, deep and pale, was when I held the line against the gale. They are not ugly things to hide away, they are the price a living man must pay. The flesh remembers what the mind forgets, the quiet victories and the regrets. The ink of life is written in the blood, through every raging fire and bitter flood. These are the scars, the map of my years, watered by rain and salted by tears, a ledger of pain that nobody sees, from bringing the world to its heavy knees. I would not erase a single mark that I bear, for they are the proof that I stood over there. To live without scars is to never have lived at all. These are the scars, the map of my years, watered by rain and salted by tears. Let the ledger of pain be a beautiful song, for it shows I was broken, but it proves I was strong. I will not erase a single mark that I bear. They are the proof that I stood over there. My scars, written in the skin, washed by the rain. Scars, the ocean was ready to take me. The dark was absolute. And then it cut through the storm like a golden sword. The waves are crashing heavy on the shore. The night is just a never-ending war. I stand upon the jagged, freezing coast and look into the graveyard of the ghost. The black is wrapping tight around my chest, a weary sailor who was put to test. But suddenly, a tear across the gray, a golden promise of the breaking day. It swings across the fury of the tide and pushes all the shadows to the side. There is a beacon shining in the dark, a heavy guardian and a golden spark. It cuts the raging ocean like a knife and calls the weary wander back to life. Let all the bitter hurricanes go blind. The light is telling me I'm not left behind. The beacon, the golden beacon. They built the heavy tower on the stone, so no one has to fight the sea alone. The keeper tends the fire in the glass and watches all the broken vessels pass. He does not know the lives that he has saved by simply standing where the water raved. But suddenly, a tear across the gray, a golden promise of the breaking day. It swings across the fury of the tide and pushes all the shadows to the side. There is a beacon shining in the dark, a heavy guardian and a golden spark. It cuts the raging ocean like a knife and calls the weary wanderer back to life. Let all the bitter hurricanes go blind. The light is telling me I'm not left behind. As long as the light keeps turning, the dark cannot win. There is a beacon shining in the dark, a heavy guardian and a golden spark. Let it cut the raging ocean like a knife. Let it call the weary wander back to life. Let the golden fire strike the heavy stone. I am standing in the storm, but not alone. The beacon keeps shining through the dark. The beacon. forest is dead silent. This stone well has been here since the old gods walked the earth. The water at the bottom is black, and it remembers everything. The moss is thick upon the ancient stone, where I am standing in the woods alone. I lean my heavy hands upon the brink and watch the shadows in the water sink. The air is smelling of the root and clay, 100 miles from the light of day. I drop a little pebble in the well and listen to the ringing of the bell. It falls into the belly of the past, where nothing but the heavy secrets last. Down in the depths of the quiet and the cold, looking for the answers in the stories I was told. The water holds the faces of the ghosts I left behind, buried in the heavy dark caverns of the mind. I stare into the blackness to see what I can find, but the depths are unforgiving, and the past is always blind. The depths. Deep inside the depths. We try to bury sorrow in the dirt and run away from everything that hurt, but water has a way to keep it clear and trap the heavy reflection of the fear. I look into the mirror of the deep and wake the weary demons from their sleep. I drop a little pebble in the well and listen to the ringing of the bell. It falls into the belly of the past, where nothing but the heavy secrets last. Down in the depths of the quiet and the cold, looking for the answers in the stories I was told. The ghosts I left behind, buried in the heavy dark caverns of the mind. I stare into the blackness to see what I can find, but the depths are unforgiving, and the past is always blind. Stare long enough into the deep, the deep starts to remember you. Down in the depths of the quiet and the cold, looking for the answers in the stories I of the ghosts I left behind, the depths. Look inside. The water knows.